This was my first car, a 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air Convertible. The total number of convertibles in 55 was 41,292 by Chevrolet. A Bel Air was also the 50 millionth General Motors car produced. In addition, another trivia fact, the Dinah Shore show musical theme was "See the USA in Your Chevrolet." So I have some models here. It's hard to find the color that mine was in, which was skyline blue and India ivory. Ivory. That's a politically incorrect term today. This one is the only one I've found. American Classics. You can find a lot in the turquoise. This one here is cool. It's got luggage in the trunk. This one has an opening hood. Mine had the 6-cylinder 235. Of course, everybody wanted the new 265 Chevy V8, the Mighty Mouse, which changed Chevrolet because everyone was using flathead Fords for drag racing and so on. But now they had something they could compete with. Here's a black one, all black. So mine originally had a white top. The guy that owned it put a black top on it. So this was my attempt to duplicate what mine actually looked like with the seat cover I put on it. And I did this in high school, and it's long since fell apart. Another thing, I was born in 1955, so I had a car that was just as old as I was. Designer Harley Earl, famous designer, did the Tri-Chevys and many other GM products, the 55, 56, and 57. The 235 6-cylinder had 123 horsepower. It cost $2,305 to get the Bel Air Convertible. So how did I end up with such a cool car? Well, let me first tell you, the thing was a rust bucket. The tops of both headlights were completely eaten away. The rear quarter was almost flapping. The undercarriage was in bad shape. If anyone can tell me why there's a key under here, let me know. I don't remember why this was. Anyway, the way I attained this car, I worked at Harlem Enco, a gas station. That's my first job. I was hired by a neighbor. And one day he said to me when I was 17, "You want a car?" I said, "Sure, what is it?" He goes, "I don't even know, but my good customer just called and said if we haul it away, we can have it." So we hopped into the 57 Studebaker tow truck and went over to the guy's place. We opened the door, and this was the view that I got, except the top was up and it was black. And it didn't say Classic Auto Sales. And anyway, I said, "You got to be kidding me. 55 Chevy." And the amazing thing about it is it had sat for 3 years, and we just jumped the battery and it started right up. So we got it back to the gas station. We realized certain things needed to be fixed on it or replaced. I replaced the oil bath air filter system with a regular modern filter. I replaced the generator with an alternator. I actually found a brand new 1-barrel carburetor to replace the old gummed up one. And then I drove it junior and senior year all through high school. So here's a Johnny Lightning version with a nice trading card. This one is kind of cool. Super hot rod, cartoonish. Look at the rear tires on it. And this one has a replaceable hood. You can just put this more sedate hood on it. This is what the dashboard looked like. That was from this model. And these were the hubcaps. I remember going down one road at about 60 and one of the hubcaps flew off and I never did find it. So anyway, my very first car, I had to sell it when I went to college because it wasn't going to make the 330-mile trip from South Chicago all the way into Iowa. So I sold it real cheap to a guy who got the top down. And then he had an accident. Then I heard he rolled it. And since it was held together with good wishes, I'm sure it was a disaster. So there you go. My first car, 55 Chevrolet Bel Air Convertible in Skyline Blue and India Ivory. I can't even say the word. India Ivory. Hope you liked it. I'm out.